Yeah.
Do I look high? I feel like too high.
I was gonna ask you.
I traveled for like 2 weeks and I just haven't hit a bong in like 2 weeks or smoked weed. Yeah, it's bad.
Bro, he's blasted. Right when I saw him, I was like, you're high as f.
Hey, Martyn, what we got?
All right, so first workout in Miami. I feel good, to be honest. I feel really good right now. Hey, your workout's been shitty or what?
They're canceled workouts. They're a little different.
Oh, they hit different, huh? Like they hit a lot softer.
Today's like the first good pump.
That's like when the cancel workouts, like the crippling depression, like really gets you. Fucked up, man. But it's not like you're actually canceled though.
Canceled off the one thing I really care about.
I know. That is really fucked up.
Yeah, I had a URL of a website that you're allowed to play and you're allowed to say you're playing it. Like,
yeah.
No, but it's like, that's really bad enough to have the URL of a website you're allowed to play and say you're on.
No, it's crazy. It's like
I get it's the rules, but it's a website that you're allowed to play on. You're allowed to play on it if you're in the country, you're allowed to play it on YouTube, and you can say I'm on Stake. You're not breaking guidelines. Promote Stake, like in the Nelk video, it's like Stake's the best gambling website out there, but it's like God forbid .com is in there. That like outweighs everything else, like everything I did. All my videos just gone.
It is kind of crazy because like nothing exists. It's like you were never on fucking YouTube.
They just snap me. I want to tell this, like this is why I got banned and say YouTube is disgusting and try to get everyone to share it. When you really just say it out loud, playing on a website that you're allowed to play on, but the fact that like my editor just kind of f***ed up, like bro, and didn't fully blur, like.
So, but I don't get it. Like, I don't get like, how are they saying, like, I understand the rules like that, but how are they connecting you being able to play it, talk about it, but then you just can't show a URL? Like, how are they
that's why my second channel got deleted, and that's why I was breaking guidelines on my second channel, and then I promoted my main channel to the second channel. So basically they're trying to protect people, but protect people from what? Showing a URL on a website you're allowed to play on and allowed to have on YouTube, showing the URL.
You're 100% certain of that?
Yeah, that's what they told me, but so you're protecting the community? How? I'm for the community, like you're not protecting the community by shielding them of a .com when you're allowed to. If you really strongly agree with that so much, then why am I allowed to play the website on YouTube?
Yeah, no,
why am I
I'm not getting?
Because if you're trying to keep people safe, why am I able to play the website on your platform and say I'm playing it?
That's why I don't understand this. Like maybe because I haven't talked to anyone specifically. Obviously, it's all hearsay to me. But you're telling me for a fact.
Really say everything out, like just put it out in the open. It's like if that's how YouTube operates, then like
I want to hear this told to me from them. I want to hear it.
Any YouTube people out here, let's put it in perspective. Like Steve will do it has done, like for good, and what he has done negative. Like all my videos got deleted. Eating mushrooms in Amsterdam where it's legal. Is that bad? Like shit, like all they say I have so many strikes. It's like, well, let's see the harm that I've done. Like all my videos that got deleted is having a drinking videos on having a drinking video with the title and thumbnail. But there's videos on YouTube of me where I'm drinking a bottle and I had to delete an entire bottle. I had to delete them myself. Like they're so unclear about what's allowed and what's not. Like so, it's a learning process. Like that's how with YouTube, that's how it works. Getting strikes, it's a learning process. You just figure out what you can and can't do. I just got new into gambling. Like they delete it. It's just like. The whole platform, it just doesn't, I can't have excessive drinking and you delete it, but there's YouTube videos of me drinking entire bottles at once that I have had to personally delete myself. It wasn't from YouTube. And there's still like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's like they need a new like I don't know, maybe a due process of like elimination instead of just being like 1, 2, 3, you're gone.
I was doing it for 2 months too. Like it's like I had a second channel promoting my main channel. I'm talking to like a YouTube rep about it. He knows I'm doing.
I think the thing that I saw that was most concerning was they said that was your second channel first got deleted.
Yeah.
Then you did it again though. I think that probably bothered it.
No, it bothered them, but I'm saying, let's just say it out open. It got deleted for having a URL of a website you're allowed to play on YouTube, and you're legally allowed to play it. There's steak on the fucking UFC mat. Who do you see? Okay, when Usman gets kicked in the fucking head, what do you see?
Usman was on the floor, and steak was right next to him.
Yeah, and it's like, let's just say it out loud. Am I really that bad of a guy to where like I deserve to have like my income cut, not make videos, like do my job? Like, is it like that's how you like you're firing me that way? Just think about it. YouTube's like a job.
Yeah.
Like I guess they don't want anyone that powerful. It's not for him hating women.
Okay, but so then
legit things. They pick and choose who they want to cancel on.
yeah. So then my thing is like, yeah, because if I'm looking at this case, I'm also like, what about Drake? Drake gets paid hundreds of millions from Steak, the same company, to promote it.
I know, but it's like, yeah, I don't get it.
No, it's dude. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I think like
The only problem is it doesn't matter what anyone else does, but what YouTube does is allow you to play the website on their platform and allowed to openly say I'm playing on their platform. Is it worth like all the shit I do on my main channel to get deleted for having 100,000, 200,000 views on my second channel? Like, you guys are very unclear about your rules.
I just think they should give him a second chance, dude. I've watched you give so much money to so many people. Like, you don't gotta give that shit away. Even before you really started blowing up. Remember that family in the motel that you gave I don't know how much fucking money to in the bag of the toys and the clothes? And
It's fun, but I broke community guidelines. I had a URL of a website you're allowed to play on YouTube, and you're allowed to say you're playing, but the URL popped up, dude. I can't believe I can't sleep at night. I can't believe I did such a bad thing. It's gotta be for something bad, right? You usually feel bad about it, right? Getting canceled, like, doesn't that mean that you're doing something like, what does it mean? I thought it was you doing something like really, shouldn't I be like regretful of what I've done and like feel super bad and like I get it if it was like an illegal website or a website that's not allowed to be on YouTube.
yeah, like I'll say it. You're gonna have to believe this, but like. You can't have Pornhub playing on YouTube. Like that makes sense. If he was streaming the hub, being like, check this out. It's like it's explicit content. If you were doing that, I'd be like, go fuck yourself. You know? It's like you're done.
Like if you f***ing underage chick, boom, cancel.
You're done.
Or if you just talk about guys being more powerful than women and like, right, like tape.
Like what is the action? Because this is the thing that I see. It's like I saw it all. He was banned the same time on like every platform almost the same day.
Andrew Tate has been doing all this shit for 6 months. So why now is it suddenly a problem? Because he got too big. Canceling is supposed to be for something bad. Like,
Well, they could argue and say that they didn't know about it until he was big enough. You know what I'm saying? And then they didn't see it. They can make that argument. But I get what you're saying. The dude literally grew, I think, like 4 million in 2 months on Instagram. 4 million followers. That showed like people were really wanting to see this guy. As much as people talk bad about him or whatever, like they really wanted to see him. That was the craziest thing. I was like, this guy's gonna, because in my mind I was like, he's gonna have 50 million followers. Like if this keeps going in the next like year and a half, he'd have 50 million followers. Imagine that, bro. Because like I'm looking at that. If you look at his trajectory, his percentage must have been like 1,000,000% increase. Like this dude was f***ing growing, and I'm looking at it like, dude, he's literally gonna have 10, 20, 30 million followers in a year. This is the thing, is where do you start to draw the line? It starts to get blurry where it's like,
drawing the line. He's been doing the same shit for fucking a year. Like if he's that bad, then why does TikTok constantly? This is the most bull, because TikTok's now just banning him, but they made him famous. Like his content, like his videos are everywhere. He was everywhere, like on Snapchat.
that's the thing. These are the people who start to disappear. With so much love can be so much hate, right?
How would you allow a guy to be all over the platform, like front, everywhere? Like, why is it now an issue? Maybe if he would have just went up and then kind of just like steadied out, they wouldn't cancel him.
I don't know.
He's gonna become president soon.
You think that deep? That's crazy.
If he did run for president, they have every single dude vote for him.
That's kind of honestly, like if I'm thinking 10 steps ahead and I'm like the ones in charge, take that guy out, dude. Because that actually does make sense when I think about this. I don't know if it's because you're high. I'm not even high, but you got me thinking like this. That's really impressive. Look, I'm not into all this like whatever conspiracy type shit, but it just seems a lot of times that like things are done with not always like the straight and narrow, like this is why we're doing it. There's always seems to be other things, and it's like I'm not a fucking statistician or like some fucking political genius, but it feels weird. A lot of stuff feels weird sometimes.
Like when Vitaly, he took mushrooms and then fucking. Yeah, but he was just tripping. It was like a mistake. Like this, you hear that and you're like, oh, okay, he's canceled, right? But if you just throw stake.com away, to say a website, for playing a website that's allowed to be played on the website and having the URL of the website, if you're allowed to play on the website and say the name of the website, why can't you have the URL?
Dude, maybe they just saw you as too much of a high value man, and they were like, we gotta knock this motherfucker down.
Oh, I know what I think.
He's doing too much good, we gotta make him do bad.
The fine lady from YouTube that called me, Lori, she's like she works for YouTube, but she was nice. But the first lady, she seemed so like, she kind of seemed stoked.
She was like, well, it's good to talk to you today, Steve. How you doing?
Yeah, the tone of her voice, it was like, Alex was there too. Alex can maybe explain, but I was on speaker, but she just sounded like.
Just happy to give you the news. So you talked to 2 people from YouTube?
Yeah, and I was like, I want to speak to your boss, someone higher up, and that's Lori. And Lori was super sweet, but it's nothing like she could do. Like, it's not me, it's Google. Like, I do believe she could probably do something about it, but like, I don't know.
I think that if there's a real issue, like policy-wise, they can never go back on it, because if they go back on it for you, they have to go back on it for everyone. Like, because if some guy comes next and does like the same stuff, and they don't go back on it, then that's like a big lawsuit for them. If they go back on it for you, then they have to go back on it for everyone. Otherwise, it'd be a massive lawsuit for them.
It seems like it'd make most sense to just allow the .com if you're allowing it now. And then let's get deeper. The reason they do that is because they don't want to encourage people to gamble. But how is like, what, you think everyone's an idiot if they don't see the .com at the top? They're gonna run around and be like, where do I play? How do I get on stage?
Yeah, they're just gonna go on Google and type it in.
But the reason why you do it is to protect people. But like, you're not protecting people by allowing it to be said out loud that you're playing stake and allow me to play it.
Why do you think that's their policy?
But like I don't know. But the reason why they're doing it is to protect people. But their current policy doesn't protect people. This makes me ask questions, and then it's like, I think that we need to have a back and forth talk. Me and a higher up person should have like a talk off and have a vote.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Red Table Talk at Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, Susan, and Steve. Bro, that's so crazy.
No, we have to let the people decide. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Make it happen.
I'm asking like legitimate, serious questions, and I think if the whole world agrees with you, then let's keep it. But like, I think it's gonna be like 90% to 10.
Get a Red Table Talk on. Susan, Steve, Will, and Jada. They could solve this problem, dude. Straight up.